just need you to wait on me, Wait up.
Well, okay, now welcome. So, let's start from the top. Who is Sonrisa?
Who is Sonrisa? That is a great question. Sonrisa is a woman of many different worlds wrapped up into one. Sonrisa means smile also. So Sonrisa is someone who embodies a smile even if it's not physically happening. She embodies happiness and freedom and just a fusion of like all the different worlds within Sonrisa. So does that make sense? Yeah, Sonrisa is Sonrisa. She's an entity.
Okay. So, how long have you been singing?
I've been singing. I started singing probably in 2020. Well, I've been singing my whole life to myself. Ever since I was little, I sang in the talent shows in elementary school, singing just for fun. But I didn't start seriously singing on stage and for people probably in 2022 is when I started, by doing like background vocals and, just playing around on open mics.
Okay, so how do you describe your voice?
I'm still learning that, honestly. I think I describe my voice as expressive. I do feel like my voice has the capability of expressing things that are unspoken. I feel like it's vulnerable, and I do feel like it's raw. Rough around the edges, a little raspy sometimes, but I do think it's also very clear.
So, when did you discover that your voice was something special?
Okay, so maybe 2 years ago now, me and two friends, we went on this camping trip. It's like a connected camping community where you go camping with other people. And there was a talent show it's like an adult camping summer camp vibe. So they had a talent show at the end of the first night. And I went on the talent show and I sang a song a cappella. It's called Wild Like the Wind. It's actually a poem I wrote when I was like 14 maybe. So I sang that. Mind you, we're like in an empty park. It's nighttime. The echo is echoing. Like it was just so beautiful. And for the entirety of that trip, people just kept coming up to me, not even in a rushing way, but like they'd walk by and be like, I cried when you sang that, or like that really meant so much for me. And even when I was singing, the resonance of it felt more than just like singing a song and like showing a song off. And I think that's when I was like, this is a special gift and I shouldn't take this for granted.
No. So, growing up, who were the artists or sounds that make you say, okay, this is what I want to do?
Ooh, my favorite question. Jill Scott, for sure. Jill Scott, specifically Words and Sounds Volume 1, the album where I feel like we all got introduced to Jill Scott fully. Sade, my mom, the old school CD little things. My mom would let me pick a CD and I picked Sade. I was like maybe 7. I didn't know who Sade was. And she was like, why you pick this sleepy music? And I played it and like I just fell in love with like the texture and the deepness of her voice. So Sade, Jill Scott, Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, all those classic people. Also a lot of Nat King Cole. And his daughter, Layla Hathaway. At my grandma's house, we listened to oldies, like oldies. So like Frank Sinatra is someone, I just loved the way that they told stories in their music. I didn't realize who it was at the time, but like Billie Holiday, Ella Fitzgerald, all of those people. I didn't know what I was listening to. I just knew that I felt a certain peace and relaxation when I would listen to that. And so, like, even when I got older and we had the computer room, I would have little concerts in the computer room, like singing different songs. And my grandma, she used to love that. I didn't find out till I was older because one day she was like, "Why'd you stop singing?" Yeah, all of those people are kind of a culmination of what inspired me to want to really pursue expressing musically. Because I think all of those people, 200 years from now, I think people are still going to be talking about them and their impact, you know?
And their uniqueness.
And their uniqueness.
Yes, especially the first couple of ladies. They have a distinct style.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that about them. And like India Ari too, just like those women who embodied, like, especially being a little black girl and seeing them on the TV and VH1 and stuff like that, it's like, wow, like they look like me, you know, like they're doing things that I'm doing. So it just really inspired me growing up. I used to love watching all their videos and stuff.
Okay. So as we talking about distinct tones, your voice has a distinct tone. And how would you describe your sound in 3 words? I think you might have touched on it, but
right.
What's the 3 words that come to mind?
Man, I thought I was prepared for this one. Well, the first word I would say is raw. I do feel like that is, okay, 1 word. 2 words. So raw, distinct, you know, like raw and distinct. And I wish I knew a word to describe like brown, like, you know what I'm saying? Like brown. I think I just want to use that word. I don't know if that makes sense, but like, I feel like my voice is brown.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. And like even the different textures that come with all things that are brown, I think that sums up my voice. Okay, so we got raw, distinct, and brown.
And you're wearing brown.
I didn't even peep that. Yeah. And like, I feel like I'm a very brown person. You know what I'm saying? Like, my gums are brown. Ever since I was little, my lips are brown. So yeah, definitely brown.
I can see that.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
I hope that makes sense. Okay.
Do you feel like your voice found you, or did you have to work to find it?
I think a little bit of both. I think that my voice kind of said hi to me, but I think that I had to do a lot of work to receive that and to take pride in that. I kind of grew up in an Afro-Latina household. And I mean, I think just in general in Black households, talking a lot. We didn't talk a lot in our household. Like, we talked, but we didn't talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, expression wasn't necessarily a thing. Daily conversation, yes, but we didn't sit and express. Even singing. My whole family is singers. My mom's an opera singer. My aunt, she has like contemporary gospel music that she put out. My uncles are singers and musicians. My dad sings. But no one sang in the house. And I didn't grow up seeing what that looked like. I knew they had the talent and I knew that they'd get paid for gigs, but it wasn't something that lived in our home. So I think that once I kind of moved out on my own, I did realize that I was a little bit stifled in that area of accepting my voice and even being okay with my voice being heard. And so even now, like, I think I'm just doing a lot of work to try and find my voice and really intentionally use it for my purpose and, you know, for the job that I was put on here to do. I think that's kind of what I think of when it comes to finding my voice, just trying to follow this assignment that was clearly given to me because it's affirmed to me every which way, even this right now. I'm sorry, I knocked this, but trying to really just lean into that and trust in God and trust in myself and my ancestors, because I have a story to tell and it's not my story. Some of it's my story, but a lot of it is the stories of my grandma and her mothers before her growing up in Belize, and my paternal family and those women growing up in, you know, Charleston and Sea Islands, and whoever else that I don't know about and that I can't name and I don't know their origin, I think that is what I'm seeking, to truly deliver the message that I think that I was really put here to stamp.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, with all that, being that you have a unique style, were there moments where you felt pressured to fit in vocally?
Absolutely. Right now, I feel pressured to fit in vocally. And when I like pressure, I think it's like the access we have to social media and just being a media kid, growing up watching 106 and Park and seeing the algorithm of artists who make it. It's very obvious that there is a formula. And I think leaning out of that formulaic way of thinking and having my own thing going on can be challenging, because like I am not always going to get booked for the formal R&B slow jam nights, because I'm just not that kind of an artist. I don't have that catalog. But then also too, it's hard for me to fit in with like rapping people, because I'm singing in a lot of my songs and I'm like constantly going back and forth between these two genres. So it is something I'm still just trying to just embrace. I think uniqueness always wins at the end of the day. Even with now, I feel like the rules are kind of broken in music right now. Like that whole industry lifestyle I think we grew up seeing is no longer a thing. People are doing stuff just by posting a video on their pages. So I'm just trying to just embrace that and just stay true to who I am. And even though it's a challenge to be different and not fit in every space, I do feel like there's beauty in the spaces that do work for me. Quality over quantity, you know? So I think that's kind of the message that I've been receiving, as far as like feeling kind of, because sometimes I do feel like, dang, I'm like the random artist here. Even when I do gigs, you know, everyone has this genre. And I'm like, when it comes to me, I'm like, yeah, I don't know what genre this is. I asked y'all when I recorded, like, what genre is this? But I'm blessed, and I do feel like that's something a lot of people want. I think people wish that they could stick out like a sore thumb sometimes. So I just got to remember that and just be grateful.
Yes, because it's, I think, being authentic to yourself. It's like there's people that gonna rock with you.
Yeah.
You're not nobody else. I think a lot of times artists get into trouble when they try and fit into this industry norm or, you know, that formula. Mm-hmm. But then when they try to be themselves, nobody's feeling it, because that's not what you started with.
Exactly. And that's, I think, my biggest fear when it comes to being an artist. I never want to be in a position where I've compromised who I am for my art, because that's just not what I want to represent. And I want people to take what they get, you know. I want, this is what I have to offer, take it or leave it. And I know that's not always beneficial, especially to the pockets, but I do believe like there's possibility there. And like, I believe in it. Like, you know, I think that's what we need. We need authenticity right now, especially in our world of chat GPTs and AI voices. Listen, I was just talking to chat GPT last night, so I get it. It's just now is more important than ever for us to be our individual human selves. Leave it to them, you know, to be formulaic. We're still individuals.
Yes, totally agree. So how much of your music is drawn from personal experiences versus storytelling or imagination?
Yeah, all of it. My music is definitely a diary. Some things are kind of, you know, I don't know the word to say, but like for something that you fluff it up, you know. But all of my music is pretty much from my personal experience. I do want to be more imaginative, though. That's one thing I'm working on, of like stepping outside of myself. I think because I'm still in the beginning of this process, though, I'm like getting out my stuff first. So I'm like, okay, here's me. And then I'm like slowly into like, okay, let me like, even if I'm manifesting, thinking of maybe where I'm not right now, but like where I want to be. I love music like that. So yeah, but all of it is literally, when you listen to my music, you're listening to my life story pretty much. Like,
does your voice shape the type of songs you create, or does the message dictate the style?
that is a good question. I think the message dictates the style a little bit. I think it does. My process, like when I hear a beat, I hum to it a lot. So I guess the voice kind of does step up first, but it's really like I'm humming a certain cadence of words that I know I want to express because I'm a writer first, you know. So that's always going to be the priority for me for right now. For right now, that's a priority. I always got to have a message though. So yeah, I think they're in tandem. I think they kind of dance with each other a little bit because I also know stylistically some things I do have to adjust that I'm writing just for breath or just for something to have a good flow, you know, so they dance with each other.
But the core is your message.
The core is my message, though. It's always definitely a message.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's been the most surprising reaction you've gotten from someone hearing your voice for the very first time?
It sounds silly, but just genuine love for it. Like genuine, like when people, I can tell when people are genuinely like, oh yeah. One time I performed and this guy walked up to me and handed me $100 in my hand. He didn't even want anything. He didn't say anything. He just gave me the money. You know, like the uncle handshake. He gave me a little uncle handshake, dapped me up. That was surprising.
You want to put it in your hand without everybody?
Exactly. Another one, a guy, he complimented me first, and then he walked away and he was like, I just can't stop thinking about it. Can I please cash app you? Like, please, like, I just want to support you. Stuff like that. It doesn't have to always be money, but that's shocking to me because I'm like, man, you must really be moved if you're like going through your wallet, like, what can I give her? What I want to give her something. Even like meeting you all, like I feel like when I recorded, y'all's reaction was really surprising, and it just like always makes me feel good when people receive it, because you never know with original music, you never know. So. But those two were definitely the most surprising as far as like, okay, I got a compliment and some money in my pocket. You know, I love it. You know, support looks so many different ways, but I love financial support, you know. You know, exactly. We're going to put the Cash App, the Zelle. We got everything around here. PayPal, let me know.
Has your unique sound ever been a challenge in the industry, or has it opened up more doors?
It's been a challenge in the aspect of collaboration sometimes, especially background vocals like we spoke about. You know, background vocals, you do want things to gel together very well, and I have had times where I just don't have the arsenal to deliver the sound that they're looking for. So that's happened before, but you know, I still, while I don't want to change my voice, I still saw it as an opportunity. Well, I could still learn more about this art, you know what I'm saying? I still want to be able to do things on purpose. So that's been a challenge, but it's also opened doors for like a lot of dope feature opportunities and performance opportunities, and you know, people just reaching out because they feel like actually touched and not just they need another person for this bill. They're like, I feel like you would deliver this message, Sonrisa. So the good and the bad, you know, comes, but, you know, we receive it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if someone hears you for the first time, what do you hope they feel or their takeaway?
I hope they feel that it is okay to be honest and authentic in whoever it is that they are. I hope that they feel like their story matters, because I'm very much giving my story. So I always want people to leave feeling like seen, feeling heard, and feeling inspired. I want people to genuinely feel like, wow, I hear her story, and you can't guess a lot of the things I've been through by how I look. What is the saying that people say? I don't look like what I've been through. That. So I want people to walk away feeling like they too can express themselves however, and that their authentic self is enough. Okay. Yeah.
So what do you have coming up?
Content. I have some songs I'm working on actually one of them I want to drop at the end of this week. So right now I'm kind of just creating. So coming up, we got singles coming up, we got content coming up, videos coming up, photo shoots coming up, and then we'll see if a project sneaks its way in. But that's pretty much it right now. I'm taking things as they come right now.
All right. So how can people connect with you?
Connect with me on Instagram at SONRISUGH. That's my username on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Don't really use Twitter. Threads, SONRISUGH. And streaming services would be SONRISA. But if you go on my Instagram or any of my pages, you'll find links to all of my music and all of the things that I have coming.
And you do have an EP that's already out.
I do have an EP that's already out. It's called Mariposa. It is on all streaming services. It's a 5-song EP. I dropped it last year in March. So we're getting close to that 2-year mark. So please check it out. We also have a music video for Worry Free, which was one of the songs on there. So you can find that on YouTube. But again, if you tap in with my Instagram, you can find links to everything. So.
All right. Final words for current fans and words for future fans.
Set yourself free. That's it. Set yourself free, y'all. You know, yeah, and enjoy the music. Listen to it. Play a video. Follow me. Ask me to show up to stuff and book me actually. But yeah, stream the music and let me know what you think about it. I always want feedback. But set yourself free of anything that is constraining you right now and just enjoy whatever it is that you need to enjoy.
Thank you, Miss Lady.
Thank you. Yay. That was fun.
I just need you to wait on me, Wait up.